Hello, I'm L.A. DeVolk. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I make mock-ups for t-shirts in Cricut Design Space. It took me a while to learn how to do this because I don't have Photoshop. And so I was trying other programs, which it can be done in, but I was having varied levels of success, and I've found a much quicker and easier way to do it. The first thing we need to do is to find a blank. And since I do shirts, I am going to go to a site that sells shirts, and you want to get your mock-ups from sites that you're going to purchase the shirts from, so that the customer can see what your design would look like on the shirt he is going to purchase. So I am going to change the color to white here because we're going to do a white shirt today, because that is usually the hardest to clean up. I have a Windows computer, and so I use the snipping tool. If you go down here to the search box, if you don't know where it is, you just type in snipping, and snipping tool pops up. And it is free on all with Windows 10. And so we will hit new, and basically what we're going to do is crop out, and all I want to keep is the shirt. So I'm just cropping out the shirt. It's depending on your purposes, you can leave the person in it too. It's up to you. Okay, now I will save this because we are going to use it. So we'll abbreviate white T, and then we are done with that. And I think we're done with that site. Now we need to clean up that shirt so we can get it to Design Space. It can be cleaned up in Design Space, and I've done that before. I've tried it. It takes a lot longer and a lot more patience than what I'm going to show you here. This is a site called clippingmagic.com, and it helps you to clean up your backgrounds without Photoshop very quickly and easily. I'll show you there's a cost to it, but it's not expensive. You can play around on it, and as long as you don't download, there's no charge, and there's no charge until you actually put your information in anyway. But you can get it as low as $3.99 a month. And if you have lots to do, $7.99 a month, and your credits roll over. And so if you have like an Etsy store, a Shopify store, or another store, it's well worth it, even if you just get it for a month. So I am going to go back to the site here, and I am going to right here pick my image to upload, and we are going to upload this one, the one I just took a clip of. Okay, this is very simple to use. The green dots means it's going to save those colors or that area. So you just put your green dots wherever you want to save. It's going to save that. Up here in the corner, there's a red. Red dots, red means it's got to go. And so you click red dot, it makes it transparent. I don't need the arms or the body, so I'm going to get rid of that. And you look at the right side of the screen, and you can see what it's gotten rid of and what it hasn't. That shadow belongs there. Okay, I see a little bitty bit up there that I want to get rid of. I'm going to go down here to the brush size and make that 5 pixels so it's real tiny, and see if I can get up in that corner. And it took too much. So what I do then is come get a green dot, and we will stick it in there, and that's pretty good. And I think I need a little bit of a red one right here to get that little corner out of the underarm, and that did it. think we're pretty good here. So anyway, I think it looks pretty good. And then for the, yeah, you can zoom in and out so you can see, you know, what you got. And that's, I think that's shading down there. I think I might try to get rid of that. I don't know if that's shadow or, let's get my red dot over here. Okay. I do not know why my cursor changed from a hand, from an arrow to a hand. That's just odd. Okay. I have no idea. Anyway, as long as it works. And I think this is shadow in there. Okay, now we can smooth the edges. You click on edges, it's at 1. I think my edges are pretty smooth already, but you can just go up the plus or minus, depending on, there's up at 2. But anyway, I'm going to put it back down at 1 because I was satisfied with how it was. Okay, I think I'm done with that. Now, the download, before I push download, I'm going to hit this little arrow for options, and I am going to change the 72 dpi to 300 dpi. And everything with a transparent background is automatically downloaded as a PNG, which works well for Design Space. So I'm going to go ahead and download that and download my result. And we'll save that and open. And here it is. Again, see if I can zoom in or out. Well, it's not zooming for me right now, but trust me, it looks pretty good. Okay, we're going to close that out. Now we are going to go to, I don't need that, to Cricut Design Space. And we need to bring our mockup in, so we go to upload and upload image, browse, and it will take us to our computer. And right here's my image. Okay, the image has come in and we need to put it in as complex. I know it's already cleaned up, but I'll show you what happens. If I put simple in, what it does is it takes the color count down, and so it comes out looking a little distorted. So you need to bring it in as complex. Okay, and continue. Okay, our image is already cleaned up, so we're going to just continue and save as print then cut image. That's what we want. And we can change the name here to t-shirt. Wait. And then put tags on, you know, if you're going to save this for future use. I recommend tags for that. Okay, and then we are going to select the one we just uploaded. You can see I've done some practicing before the video. And insert the image into Design Space. And we can make it big or bigger. Okay, now let's see. I'm going to put some text in this. You can put text in, you can put your design in. Get this done quickly. This is just for this tutorial, so I am going to type in put your design here. Oops. And I'm going to change the font to a system font, and I think I'm going to do this one. Just do the Adobe Bold. Okay. There's a couple of ways to fix this up. You can move your lines closer together by hitting this little down arrow, and it seems to take a long time to do it that way. So I go to Advanced for something like this and ungroup to lines, and you can just move them up to where you want them. And then group. Well, before you group, go over to a line, and you want to distribute vertically. And see, that doesn't look right to me. And anyway, we are going to center it horizontally. Before we center it horizontally, I want to fix that yaw. So we got to make our mock-up look good, right? So let's go to ungroup to letters for this line here. And then I'm going to take the OUR and move it in closer to the Y. It does that. It puts the O over further because it spaces it from the edge of the Y up here. And so that's why it looks out of whack. So anyway, we will align that to bottom, and we need to group it. And then we can center everything horizontally, and that's all a group. Okay, now if this is your actual design and you're making a mock-up of it, at this point I would duplicate it, because you'll want to save one and then you can hide it. You'll want to save one to cut so you don't have to take apart your mock-up. Okay, now we just size this down. And put your design here. That looks pretty good to me. And then we group those together and flatten. And there you got your mock-up. And now people wonder, how do I get it out of Design Space? Okay. What I'm going to do is get these grid lines out of the background. And I'm going to use the snipping tool to get it out of Design Space. And because it's white on white, I'm probably going to want, depending on my purpose, want to get rid of the background. And it's a lot easier to get rid of the background if there's a color back there, a contrast. So we got our contrasting color, and we need the snipping tool again. Get a new snip. And there it is. And then we will save that. And we'll put white T, capture, and save. Now to get that ready to send off to somebody, we're going to go back to Clipping Magic. This part's all optional. You could send it just as it is. And we are going to X out of that one. We're done with that. And we're going to pick our file to upload. And here it comes. Okay, now we're keeping all of this. So this part's going to be easy. Now we go to the red dot. Get rid of all of that. It's all done. Okay, we go down here to the download, change it to 300 again, and now we are ready to download and download our result. And I am going to, I guess, save and open. And there it is. Okay, you could email it to your customer like this, or you could put it on your website like this. This is a PNG, so there's transparent background. And I'm going to show you another option that we can do. I'm going to change this background back to white again. So click on the color button. Okay. Let's say you want to put something behind the t-shirt, like a wall or a pattern. That can be done. We'll get a square. Because, okay, for whatever reason. Now, to do this, to get a pattern behind it, I'm going to unlock that and make it more of a rectangle. You will want to change it to print. It has scissors there. Go up here. When you click on the little circle dot there, click on print. Okay, and now you have some options. You got colors and you got patterns. We'll go to patterns. Let's say you want a wall behind it. Well, that's some wood boards, but you know what? That matches too much. That's not going to work. We'll find another pattern. So, let's see. Find something cool here. I like purple. I don't know. We're going to see what this will look like. So you can make yours look however you want. We need to move the shirt to the front or the square to the back. Either will work. So we'll go to arrange and we will move the shirt to the front. And we can put it on there. And then group these two together and flatten. Okay, that gives you another option. It gives you a background. So if you want a background to your shirt on your website or to your email or whatever, you have that. And once again, I would go to the snipping tool. Snipping tools, I think, is one of the best things on Windows, especially since it's free. And we're going to do a new snip. And we will snip our shirt out and save that. And we'll put purple background. You can put whatever you want, obviously. Capture. And save. And that's it. Okay, now we'll go here and we will look and see what we got. Okay, that's pretty cool. Now, there's your mock-up. You can do a mock-up with a background or a transparent background. That's using Design Space and Clipping Magic. And like I said before, it is possible to go into, let's go to upload, to go into here and do your cleanup in here, but I'll show you how that kind of went for me. We'll upload the same exact shirt. Quick access, so we'll go to the one that was not cleaned up. Okay, so we're going to go to complex. I'm going to try to clean them up in here. I'm going to need to magnify them a little bit too. And then we use our magic tool, get rid of the background. So far so good, right? Let's get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. Get rid of that. The pants. And then you go to the eraser and you can erase. And this is where it gets tricky when you get in close to the garment. And then you can do okay in here, I guess, you know, but anyway, you don't get, or at least I don't get as clean of a result. And that's simply, I don't get anything from Clipping Magic. I have to pay them money. So this is not sponsored. I just want to make that clear. I am not selling for them. It's just, I'm just sharing what I learned that was pretty easy. And this is where I get, things get a little more difficult to get it cleaned up. It can be done. And then what's going to happen too with this, it doesn't come in at your 300 dpi. It can save it as a PNG, but you're going to have a pixelated image if it's enlarged, whereas with the other you won't.